Yes, hello and welcome to watch the third episode of building this laavu. In this episode I will make the roof beams and finish the walls here pretty much. So from the last episode I had 2 more rounds of logs here, but now I have to decide how high I want to have the roof and in what angle. And that's because in the halfway here I will put this way a supporting beam and another one comes like in the doorway. But when I have the first one here, then it will decide what kind of angle the roof goes. So I decided that I have 3 logs here after the back beam, then I have 1 in the middle, then 3 more and 1 in the front. So then it should be roughly in a straight line. Then I can adjust because the tree isn't ever straight, I can make the holes here in the beams and adjust the roof beams with that one. So I have 3 big ones going this way, then I have these really long beams and I think I will put 5 of these maybe, and that makes the roof here in that way. But you will see it later if you can now understand my gibberish. But yeah, I have my first job. I'm pretty much out of logs here, at least the wall parts. I have a lot of logs there in the forest. Katja, my wife, has been peeling them, but I have a tough job. I have to carry them to this working site. Luckily it's downhill, but I have really big ones, 2 of them, and the next one is coming here. I want to have a heavy log here in the middle, so it's going to push the whole structure down, and also when it's in the middle it supports these logs having the balance in the right place. So it's visible. You can see it from underneath and also from the sides. So I want that one to be a really big one, and I think I will put big one in there also because that's also visible. And having the biggest visible logs, really big ones, it makes you the impression that it's really sturdy, really heavy, and really solid laavu. But let's go to the forest. So I have this big log here. It's almost 5 meters long, and you can see the cutting edge in here. So this is the heaviest part and also the biggest. So this is really perfect for the middle, to having the weight there. But of course not so nice to drag to the working site. So I have these traditional, we call this log scissors, but maybe you have some different name for it. It's basically a little bit like a scissors or a pliers, and you just hook it on there. There's also these small spikes or hooks, and they grab a little bit. There's a couple of ways to do it. Put it completely under it, or having it in the middle way, so the spikes are grabbing. So when I usually carry these, I little bit think where is the weight point, and if I'm going downhill or uphill or flat surface, so I can grab from the front, which is the heaviest one, and drag from there, or take the another end, so it's wider to lift off, but of course it's heavier drag. And I can also adjust the point where I grab with this log. I have no idea which is the best one for for any part, but I just try different ways and try to figure it out when doing it. But yeah, I was trying to lift this up for a couple of weeks ago, and I couldn't do it with one hand. It's so heavy because it's basically pretty fresh wood. It has been here like 6 months or something, not even that. So it hasn't dried much. And my other hand is busted. So I actually have like 3 options how to do this. I could call for help, but I'm from Finland, so that's not out of the question. I could take my climbing rope, for example, make a 3-to-1 pulley to the tree there and just pull it, or 6-to-1 pulley, but it will take a lot of time. So I will try the fastest option, and that's using the raw force, just dragging it and screaming perkele all the time. So let's try. Yeah, it's moving. The trick is also when I peel it first, then it's a little bit not slimy because it's dry already, but it has like a clean surface, so it's easier to drag. I have also some these logs underneath in the way there, so it should help a little bit. Let's try. At least it's moving. Yeah, I think it's doable. In this point I have to be extremely careful with my hand, of course, but this has so big mass and I'm going down, so when this is moving I can't stop it anymore. So as you saw me just before, I was under the log, and that's not good position because there's a big risk that I can be under the log, and this baby breaks my legs easily. It's really heavy. So this is something to know about. Wow, that was heavy, but actually it was surprisingly easy to lift on here. I have a system already, but I used one log to help lifting these guys, and yeah, now it's pretty much here. And as I said, this is the heaviest log I have. I still have the rest part of this. It's same length as this one, about 5 meters, but it's the top one, so it's not so heavy. So I'm really glad this job is done. The heaviest part. So this is going to be in the middle, and I have to measure how much this comes over it, roughly. And the idea is that it's coming at least 1 meter over the walls, that I can use this as the roof support, and the roof comes a little bit more than 1 meter over the wall. So that helps that the lean-to shelter it's not going to get wet. And also I have firewood here under the sides, so it should help when the rain comes, that they keep dry, and also it looks really nice. Yeah, so I will measure this place, and after that it's a little bit cutting, but really stoked to see the first like the roof log on the place. So next step is to make the logs, the cuts there. So I will use the compass again, and this is the smaller end, there's the bigger end. I will measure roughly, it should be maybe, I don't know, 60–70% of the wood diameter. I will take about that. Then it should be still strong enough for supporting the roof. Yeah, maybe a little bit less. And yeah, I could take a little bit more from the other side because it's thicker. And also now when I have the big log here and it's bigger in that side, so the roof is not straight. But actually it's not so important to have it so straight, because let's be honest, it's a shelter, it's not a house. So I think I will take a little bit more from that side, so it settles down better, and the next log which comes over it hasn't the need to be so big, because if I don't drop that enough down, the next log over it should be really big, and I don't know if I have so big logs left, so yeah, I have to take a little bit more from that side. And then it should be straighter also, I hope. I won't measure anymore. I did measure quite accurate in the first like 4 rounds, it was straight. But after that I will not use so much time for measure it, just from the eye, because that's enough. I want it to be solid and not like falling down after 10 years, so but it doesn't have to be that accurate. So if you have seen the episodes before, you know how this works. I have to have this straight upwards. This is difficult wood actually. It doesn't leave much mark here. So this is going to be interesting. So this is the axe I was talking earlier in the first episode, and this is really handy. I had a nice job here in the cuts. I hope it looks also afterwards that I have been making it by my hand, because it has so nice marks from the axe. So this is the first try. I really hope it goes there, because it's really hard to get off if it doesn't go. So I try to be careful, but usually it doesn't go at the first time. So I will turning this around. So far so good. I need to move that a little bit. So goddamn heavy. I have a mark here, so I think it's about that. This looks okay. So I would like to have really snug fit, so it also supports the walls to not bubble to the sides. It looks okay. It could be maybe better. Let's measure this. Oh, it's okay actually there. Yeah, I will check this a little bit better, but I actually think this side is really good. It looks good. That side is okay, but actually when the another log is coming on this one, it hides a little bit this mark I have this side. But yeah, now we have the first support log here. Yeehaw! Another great tool with moving logs is this handle. I don't really even know what's the name for this. I've been using this for ages, but I never really know what's the name. Maybe it's a log grabber. But anyway, I did put one log here, so I can roughly see where the roof is going on. It's going this high, still 1 meter that way, but it's just barely my height in this part. So it's a little bit low to some people, but my wife is 150 centimeter and I'm also a short one, so this is good for us. And I don't want to make it too high. There's a couple of reasons, and one is also that I will make the roof from hay, so there is some ground over the roof and hay growing on there, and the hay can be like 1 meter high, so it looks like a tower if I make it too high. And also it comes here pretty far, so it's high enough there. And the most important reason is that when we are inside the laavu, we are sleeping there, so we don't want to have it too open. We could put the tarp over the door here, but what's the nicest thing of the sleeping in the laavu is that you can watch the scenery and you have light there, you have open one side here, so it's not really nice to sleep there if you have the tarp on. But anyway, now the next job is to put one log to each sides here in the wall, and pretty straight. Let's do this. these wooden things I'm hitting there, they should be much longer, maybe a bigger one, but it's actually just keeping that the log is not twisting there. So I guess this is enough. Maybe it doesn't even need those, just a little support for slipping out. If you have been watching the first episode, I there show how I do this with the compass, the marking. Basically in my concept, or it's not mine, but the concept what I'm using, you just need two cuts like this first, and then you make this long one here in the middle. And basically with this style you can build a log house, log sauna, or whatever, summer kitchen, summer cabin, and it works. It's so much fun to do this. Has been a long, big learning process for me, but now it starts to work a little bit better already. Yeah, a little bit fine tuning. I put the wooden wedges, or what's the thing there, and this part of the wall is then ready. As you saw, I have been cutting all the logs for different lengths, and I think it looks much nicer, more like wilder. And the tactic here with this end is that when I get higher up, they're also getting more inside. So I will put in both sides one more like short one, and then I have the big one getting over here. So the hole is going to be a little bit like round. And it's a little bit same with those side walls. They go a little bit higher when they go higher up, they get longer. And as I said before, when you are watching from that direction, you see first like this log, that log there, and the log in here. So I will make those one the biggest, thickest logs what I can find. So it will look more massive. Now I have the small guys here, so it's time to put again this wall piece. But this is similar than the last time, so I won't bother you to showing it again. So I will put that one, other one in that side, and after that is the big guy here. Whew. Yeah, it has been a long day. I have been working now about 11 hours, almost straight. I had one really fast break when I was eating, but now I have the big boy here. I already carried or drag it from the forest in this point. Now I just have to lift it up here. I hope I have some strength left. Because this was really heavy too. I don't know if it's full of lead or something. But anyway, hardest part is done. I hope it's right length. In one point I was measuring all the needed logs there, and I have been cutting those a long time ago, so I hope my plans were clear in that point. Okay, this is actually, I want this side to that side, so it comes easier if I put it here. I have to say it's surprisingly heavy. Not the easiest job to do alone. So slowly, and having a tactic, it helps a lot. Now it's almost there. Just lift this other end. Oh yeah, one more step to go. A little bit little bit that way. Oh yeah. Yeah, it looks roughly the right length. It will look awesome in here. Really big one. Then 1, 2, 3. I think I need one longer one. A little bit smaller about that one. Not much left to go. So I will mark this one and saw it. Yeah, long day. Oh, my strength is pretty much done for today. Almost 12-hour day, and I think I had a lot of things ready. I'm really surprised how much I got done today. So I hope this goes easily also. Now it's the first fit. Let's see. At least it's heavy like hell. Okay, how it looks like. Not bad, not bad. It should be a little bit lower. I don't know. Should I leave it like that? So now there is enough room for me and a little bit longer guys. And yeah, I think it's pretty good. I will a little bit fix it more. And I clean up the place. Oh, there's deers behind you. 2 roe deer. Yeah, but anyway, this is the structure for the first beam for the roof. Then I have the longer ones, 5 pieces coming this way. But that will be some other episode where I show that. I think my day is now full. But thanks for watching, and remember to watch the next episodes. Bye.